Wednesday is officially Netflix's most watched series, and it's easy to see why. It has a killer plot and spooky storyline, but there's more to it than that. The series is filled with hidden references only the most loyal fans will spot, like the crucial role that plants played, or the subtle references to old Addams adaptations. You might even spot a few of Tim Burton's cameos. But proceed with caution, because these secrets come with spoilers. Number 1. Poetic Justice. Edgar Allan Poe wasn't just Nevermore's most famous alum. References to his poem, The Raven, are everywhere. The poem's best-known line is, quote, "The Raven, nevermore." And this is reflected in the school's name, the ravens on the gate, the Poe Cup, and Raven Island. And of course, there's the Raven Dance. But did you notice the stuffed raven on Principal Weem's desk? Or the ravens in Wednesday's vision? These birds aren't the only hidden gems in Nevermore. Others are a little closer to Wednesday. Number 2. Keeping it in the family. When we meet Wednesday, we're also introduced to her family. By the way, did you spot the car's license plate? Gomez, Morticia, Pugsley, Thing, Lurch, and Uncle Fester all make an appearance. But there are 2 more family members you may have missed. While she doesn't make an actual appearance, Morticia's sister Ophelia is credited in the name of Wednesday's residence hall.
Welcome to Ophelia Hall.
Then, when Wednesday discovers the Nightshade Society, we glimpse another family member, Cousin It. And they're not the only family members with a story. Number 3. The brother of all secrets. When we meet Pugsley, he's tied up and stuffed in a locker with an apple in his mouth, which looks a lot like the character's fate in the 1991 film The Addams Family. Of course, the Netflix show uses this reference again when Wednesday tries out for the archery club and shoots an apple in the bullseye. Now, remember how Wednesday's experience helped her fix Tyler's coffee machine?
Steam-powered guillotine. I built it when I was 10. I wanted to decapitate my dolls more efficiently.
That's also an ode to 1991 Pugsley, who did the same thing. But this Netflix series includes other nods to the past too. Number 4. Snap Twice. The double finger click isn't just how you enter the Nightshade Library. It's one of the best-known features of the Addams Family, dating back to the 1964 series. And we don't just see it with the Nightshades. Thing also got a chance. He snapped twice to get Wednesday's attention while she's packing to leave Nevermore. Now let's look at other references to the past. Number 5. Talking about tarantulas. In Netflix's show, Wednesday had a pet scorpion called Nero. But in the 1964 show, she had a pet spider called Homer. He doesn't feature in this series, but there are a lot of references to her many-legged friend, like Xavier's drawing in the conservatory. Or that piñata in her birthday throwback. And that's still not all. Let's stay in the past a while longer. Number 6. Déjà vu. A central theme in this series is Wednesday's difficult relationship with pilgrims, just like in the 1991 Addams Family movie.
I've decided to scalp you and burn your village to the ground.
But there's something else hidden in this reference in episode 3. Wednesday says she could eat Girl Scouts for breakfast, and we've heard that before.
Is this made from real lemons? Yes. I'll buy a cup if you buy a box of my delicious Girl Scout cookies. Are they made from real Girl Scouts?
Of course, earlier Addams Family stuff isn't the only thing to get a shout out. Number 7. Tim and Time Again. The show's director, Tim Burton, featured nods to his other works too, like Wednesday's black cat outfit for the Poe Cup. It was inspired by Catwoman's outfit in Burton's Batman Returns. And if you thought Goody Addams looked familiar, it's not just because it was Jenna in a wig. Goody was inspired by Tim's Alice in Wonderland. And Burton didn't stop there. He included throwbacks to his other films in the taxidermy we see in Uriah's Heap, and in the weather vane coffee shop through the pictures on the walls. There's a weather vane in a top hat, like Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, and a headless horseman that references Sleepy Hollow. Burton didn't just stick to his own stuff, he also honored a famous horror movie. Number 8. Put on your dancing shoes. The Raven dance was ruined by the Pilgrims, but like Wednesday said, they couldn't even spring for pig's blood. This line is an homage to Stephen King's Carrie. That book and movie featured a dance that ended with a pig's blood shower. And while it's common knowledge that Ortega choreographed Wednesday's dance, she had help. She was inspired by the 1964 series. She also used Susie in the Banshees video for Happy House as a reference. With all that black and white, that video definitely belongs in Wednesday's world, which brings us to another color. Number 9. Green fingers. Plants featured throughout the series, like the Black Dahlia. After Thornhill gives one to Wednesday, it features again. When Wednesday remembers mourning her pet scorpion, she puts the bloom on the grave, and the flower also appears on her date with Tyler.
Right here. 1 second.
But don't forget the other plants. When Gomez sees his daughter in uniform, he says, "My little death trap." That's another name for a Venus flytrap, the same plant we see Thornhill feeding. It even makes an appearance on Wednesday's clothes. Morticia's outfit also featured plants in the form of fern leaves. However, plants play another role in this series, which leads us to our next fact. Number 10. What's in a name? Botanical names were widespread in Wednesday, and not just the Nightshade Society being named after a flower. Remember Rowan? His name is a type of tree, and Thornhill's name, apart from including a thorn, is another clue. Her real name, Laurel, is a plant. Sure, those were fleeting references, but we warned you these details were easy to miss, much like our next one. Number 11. Blink and you'll miss it. One of the creepiest aspects of Jenna Ortega's performance as Wednesday is how she never blinks. Well, almost never, because there were 2 times when she did close her eyes. The first was when she was smooching Tyler, and the second came in the finale, when she hugged Enid back. Now that was some emotional growth, which makes it a perfect time to talk about therapy. Number 12. Hidden in plain sight. Wednesday's trip to Valerie the therapist hid 2 sneaky details. First, the cuckoo clock in Valerie's office. Cuckoo is another word for crazy, making it perfect for a psychiatrist's practice. Valerie also shares the premises with realtors, Miller and Gow. The 2 are actually the series showrunners. Only eagle-eyed fans would have spotted that one. It also requires deep concentration to spot the next element. Number 13. An introduction worth noticing. The show's intro sequence features several objects seen throughout the show. There's a toy getting decapitated, a typewriter, the Venus flytrap, spiders, and more. These provide clues to the show, but they weren't the only ones. The episodes also featured a specific icon, giving hints about what would feature in that episode. There was a canoe, a pilgrim's hat, and a bee. Also featured were a skull, a spider, and a camera projector. The projector referenced Wednesday's date with Tyler, in which he strung up lights and the couple watched the film. Speaking of light, this brings us to the finale. Number 14. Shocking discoveries. Electricity has a vital role in the series. It's used to bring Thing back from near death, and, like Frankenstein, it reanimates Joseph Crackstone. But before that, we got a hint of what would come through fashion, because as Enid said, the dress Wednesday arrived in was a fashion nightmare not even lightning could resuscitate. And that was just one of many examples of foreshadowing. If you paid attention, you'd be able to predict the ending long before the finale. Number 15. You don't need a crystal ball. If you didn't guess the villain, you may have missed some clues, like Rowan's strange connection to Principal Weems. However, if you spotted the gold necklace that Weems sported, featuring a man and woman together, you may have guessed at the link. Or what about her bracelet decorated with eyes, a sign that she would later see the truth? Or how about while Wednesday was suspecting Xavier of being the bad guy? When he met with Valerie, her car license plate had the true answer, 132 SIP. What do you think of when you see SIP? A sip of coffee, perhaps? Which brings us right back to Tyler. Especially since he almost gave the game away when he told Wednesday about Thornhill's coffee order. Only, it was a lie. Thornhill told the sheriff that she drank matcha lattes. Who knew the little details could be so important? If you liked this video, support OSSA by sending a super thanks. Just click on the thanks button under the video and choose an amount to donate. Stay awesome, and remember, we value each one of you. Thanks for watching, and until next time, stay awesome.